Hello, APS Online students. This is Mr. Brysh, your counselor, back with you again to talk about the Colleges tab in Family Connections. Today we're going to answer this question. What is the College tab in Naviance Family Connection, and just how cool is it? Remember, the whole reason why we're using Naviance and Family Connection in the first place is because we are trying to put together our individualized career and academic plans. So remember, you're setting goals about what you want to do after high school, whether it's working, college, college then work, whatever the case may be. You're probably going to need a plan in order to get there. So, luckily for us, we have this wonderful resource called Naviance's Family Connection where it can house all of our plans. Now, before I've talked about the My Planner tab and About Me tab in the introduction. So if you're wondering, what's My Planner tab? About Me, what is that? Go and look at the introduction video. It's just above this one. Let's click on the Colleges tab though and see just how cool it is. Okay, so when you first click in here, you have a number of choices. You have in My Colleges, this is the area where you are going to be picking colleges you're interested in. And then when you're a senior, if you want to go to college, you'll be applying to colleges from this tab. All of us in 9th grade through 11th grade are going to be mostly concerned with the college's researches tab, the college research tab. I can say that correctly. We're going to be mostly focused on Supermatch actually today. We'll see how cool that is in a little bit. And you might be putting, as a junior, as a sophomore, as a freshman, you might be putting in some colleges you're thinking about going to or colleges you're applying to. Never too early to start thinking about that. And the best part is the scholarship and money area. This is where you can look for scholarship applications. You can match your criteria with a scholarship that's out there that fits, whatever the school you want to go to or the program you want to be in or the religious affiliation you have, or any of those things can get you scholarships. So let's start by focusing on the Supermatch college search. That's a good place to start, I think. When you click on it, it takes a little while to load, but what you'll see is this area here. You can see how many schools that it's going to search through. Almost every school in the nation, quite a few outside the nation, are also represented here. So what you can do though is search on this side for any of these criteria. The more criteria you put in, the more narrow the search becomes. So if we're just looking for location, for instance, we could pick a region, like the West. Here's every school in the West. It's going to be quite a long list. If you want to narrow it further, let's say we don't want just the West. Let's click that off. Let's say that we just want Colorado schools because we're going to stay in state. Now we click on Colorado. Here's every college in the state of Colorado. Okay, so, oh, and down here, I almost forgot to say this, you can indicate how important this is to you. And then, however important it is, it will dictate what percentage you get here. Okay? So whatever the search is, it'll give you 100% down to 0%, depending on how important that particular criteria is to you. Okay, so let's say that we want a particular major in Colorado. We're going to go for a bachelor's degree, and we're going to go with, let's pick engineering. Now, usually what happens if you type in a major in here is you'll get some more specific majors. Engineering is a big degree. Look at all these different kinds of engineering you can do. You can be a civil engineer, you can be an aeronautical engineer, you can be an electrical engineer, right? Different kinds of engineering. I'm just going to leave it with engineering though. And then when I do that, what you'll see is that it changed what was on my report here. Here are schools with some kind of engineering degree. If I got specific, let's say electromechanical engineering, there isn't a school in the state of Colorado that has electromechanical engineering. There are some schools outside of the state of Colorado. That's why these are all 50%. See what I mean? Oh, look. And then there's Regis. I'm not sure. So I guess you could pick on why it's only coming up with 50%. So location is 100%, but major is not 100%. So that's the reason why. So we could do the same thing. We could go up here and if we click off Colorado and leave our engineering, these are all the states that have engineering for that particular kind of engineering. We picked electromechanical engineering, so here are all the schools with electromechanical engineering. We could continue on doing this with size. We could pick just large. We don't want very large. We could do it with graduation rates. You could do it with any of these things. If you want historically black college, if you want to live on campus, if you're interested in how much it costs, everybody's interested in that, right? So say we only want $24,000, right? It's like University of Rhode Island is fitting right in our category there. Maybe we want it a lot less, right? So any criteria you pick from here, you'll see it represented by a little check mark there, will give you a list of schools that are available to you. And then you can take these schools, you can pin them. You'll see it ending up as a pin there. And the benefit of pinning it is, let's pin this one to University of North Carolina. Let's pin that one. And then what you can do is go up here and you can compare them. Let's click on compare. And you'll get a side-by-side comparison of the school. You can see what percentage of applications are admitted to the school, what the average ACT and SAT scores are. You can see how much each school costs. You could compare how many men and women go there. You can compare the size of the campus. You could compare the number of majors if you cared about that. You could compare whether it's a Division I school or Division II or III or whatever the case is. That's the cool part about comparisons. The other interesting thing is at the very top, once you have some criteria, you can move them around into what you consider to be the most important things and the least important things. And that'll change the percentages down here and what schools it chooses to put at the top. All right, and that basically covers the Supermatch College Search. So back at our home page here in the Colleges tab, I wanted to also show you a little bit about colleges I'm thinking about and applying to. They're both very similar, so let's talk about colleges I'm thinking about first. What you want to do here is throughout your 4 years in high school, you want to be adding colleges to this list so that by the time you're a senior, you have a list of colleges that you've already kind of done some research on. You've maybe compared them using the Supermatch college thing that we just looked at, and you found some colleges that you're really interested in pursuing. So once you figure out a college, you click on Look Up, and it'll bring up a browse feature. You can search by name. This one is our quick list. This has all the colleges in Colorado. So if you already knew that you wanted to go to the University of Denver, you would click on that. And you would say, what's my interest in the University of Denver? Well, it's a private university, so it's pretty expensive. So I'm going to give it a low score. I mean, I would like to go there if I got a lot of scholarships, but it's pretty expensive, so I don't know, maybe it's not the right one. All right, so, I'm really interested in the University of Northern Colorado, which I think is the best school ever. I wonder why. And I'm going to put this as my first choice. And then you just keep on going down the list, right? And then when you click on Add Colleges, what you'll see there are these colleges that pop up. You'll also see some different statistics. Let's scooch over a little bit. These are deadlines for applications, right? So if you want early action, if you want to know early on whether you're going to be accepted to that college, then you're going to have to send in your application by November 1st. If you want the regular decision, it's going to be in January. For University of Northern Colorado, let's contrast that a little bit. They have a priority one, so if you want to know, you need to be in by March 1st. And regular decision is August. Okay, so that's kind of how the colleges I'm thinking about looks. Let's go back out and click on I'm applying to. And you'll see that once you start doing applications, this will start filling up with colleges that you're applying to. And part of it is the colleges you're applying to, and then part of it is me in Naviance clicking on a college that you have applied to, and then it will appear in the list here. It'll look very similar to this list, though, right here. It'll have an extra added thing of whether or not you've been accepted or not to that college. That's the difference. So back out at the colleges page, I would like to show you the scholarship match. Very important. The scholarship list is something that the district is going to be updating every so often. So what you'll see in here right now is just a sample one. Later on, you'll see a list of hundreds of these, maybe thousands of these scholarships in this list for the scholarship match. And it'll show you what scholarships it thinks are a suitable match for you according to the information that the school has entered about each scholarship. So you'll see only scholarships in this list that apply to you. So for instance, if one is a GPA scholarship, if one of the requirements is that you need a 3.0 or something like that, and you have a 2.8, then you're not going to see that scholarship, but somebody who has a 3.0 or 3.5 or something like that will see that scholarship. And so then you can just click on the scholarship. It'll tell you a little bit about it. It'll tell you what qualifications you need. This one, you just need to be a resident of Adams or Arapahoe County. And then it'll, most importantly, give you the website so that you can then click on the website and start applying for that particular scholarship. All right. So that is a basic tour of the colleges area of Family Connection. When you have questions, let me know. Feel free to play around in here all you want. You can't do anything to break anything. So feel free to play around, look at all different kinds of colleges, compare them, match them, go on college tours, all that sort of good stuff. The interesting part about this is that you have a choice now to pretty much, it's wide open. You shouldn't limit yourself to a certain number of colleges or to certain types of colleges. What you should be thinking about now really is, what college is interesting. We can figure out which college is right for you later. Right now, what you should be thinking about is what college has the program I want. All right. So when you have questions, make sure that you contact me. Remember, you can get me at the counselor page. Remember, in the counseling page, there's my number, there's my email address, there's a link that we can talk one-on-one if you want to about colleges, about anything else really. But feel free to call, text, email me any questions you might have. All right, take care and have fun looking for colleges.